All of those groups have been integral and so helpful with our advocacy board. We have released 7 new podcasts, and those are all focused on transparency and mental health research. And we have a really exciting lineup for 2023. Thank you to everyone that was a part of that for this year. We have been very busy sending out checks for Project Rockstar donations, and there's been an inspiring increase in the advocacy groups wanting to work more closely with the sites beyond Project Rockstar. And we're so excited about that because that is the whole purpose of the program. Our Research Ambassador program is taking an exciting new course, and that we're allowing ambassadors to meet with sponsors and on the forefront of research so that they can have more say, and we can get their insight and caregiver insight as well, so that they have more of a stake in the research. Our diversity work group has been working very hard behind the scenes with a few core members on new initiatives that will be announced in 2023, and we're very excited to share those with all of you. And I just want to thank everyone for an incredible year. It's been an honor to work alongside all of you, and I know that next year is going to be even better.
Seeing as we have our board chair on the call here, Carol Witham, would you like to say a few words?
Hi guys. So I actually have nothing to say per se, other than I was told
nothing to say per se. What does that mean?
It's an Arkansas term, Woody. Come on. So really all I wanted, my without getting all teary like I typically do on these calls, I'll just keep it brief, which is I am honored to be a part of you guys, working alongside of you guys and seeing faces that actually started the STARR in the beginning. It's pretty humbling to watch and to see how different members are moving the STARR forward in different ways. I appreciate it so much. All the volunteer time work that's been done this year. I'm really proud of all of you guys. And I wanted to say hi to all my colleagues because I haven't seen some of you guys in a while. So Matthew and Woody, I haven't even seen you in a while. And Adam, I don't know what's going on with
that. Way too long, Carol. It's great to see you.
Thanks, Carol. So now on to introduce our Master of Ceremonies for today. And I'm so pleased that Adam has come dressed appropriately for a festive occasion here. So Adam Simmons.
Yes.
Do all of you know, I think pretty much everyone pretty much on this call, Adam. Adam is with Alchemies. Do you want to give it a little?
Sure. I guess more important, been working with the STARR Coalition, one of those people that's really been with this group since its inception. It's equally great to see so many people that have been along for the ride and to see all the successes, wonderful programs, great connections and work that has happened in the time that I've been involved. But equally fantastic is seeing the expansion, seeing new members from advocacy. It's great to hear that. Other pharmaceutical companies are getting involved as well. And of course the sites where, really rely on that messaging of research and getting it out there to, more people to get them involved. So, when I'm not involved with the STARR Coalition, I do work at Alchemies. I've done that during my entire time over there, and I do clinical research, but not nearly as exciting as having the honor to present the annual STARR Award. So for those that aren't familiar, I really like the way that the format of this works. What we do is we will introduce last year's award winner, so give them an opportunity to speak a little bit about the award itself, as well as introduce this year's award winner. And so the first one that we're going to start out with is for Advocate of the Year. Last year's award winner was Matthew Shapiro, is NAMI in New York State, and he will present the 2022 Advocate of the Year. Matthew?
Oh, thank you so much, Adam, and hello, everybody. Happy holidays. Hope everyone's having a joyous holiday season, and wishing everyone the best for a happy and healthy new year moving forward. So glad to be here and to present this first award. Last year, as Adam said, we were NAMI New York State was so proud. We're always so proud to be a part of the STARR Coalition, but be recognized for the work that we do. And of course, the STARR has inspired so much of the work we do, including rolling in Project 911 to a bill that we wrote here. So there's such a cyclical relationship. So the Advocacy of the Year Award recognizes and celebrates an advocacy organization that is working to support people with mental illness, either through direct support or through their legislative advocacy, supporting programs for those living with mental illness. The STARR 2022 Advocate of the Year is the National Federation of Families. Accepting the award on their behalf is Dr. Linda Gargan, the Executive Director of the National Federation of Families. And let me just tell you a little bit about them before I present the award. The National Federation of Families is a national family-run organization, very similar to NAMI, linking more than 120 state and local affiliates and national partners focused on the issues of children and youth with emotional behavior and mental health needs and substance use challenges as their family. And they joined the STARR community just at the beginning of the year, and they've already made such a big impact. They've been one of our strongest advocacy partners. This year, they participated in the podcast with the STARR, in which Dr. Gargan made a plea for researchers to get involved in children and adolescent research. And this is actually something that really touches my heart. I think a lot of people who do know my story know that I was first diagnosed at 3.5 years old with a mental illness. And I know, at that time, my family was kind of alone on an island with a child with mental health issues. So the work that they're doing is just so important. And as we know, supporting caregivers is crucial and oftentimes overlooked. And we're so thankful for the strides and the commitment they've made to addressing the needs of families. And the National Federation does that through innovative support through their family peer specialist programs. And they're active in legislation for mental health policy change, also something we're always a big supporter of. And they're constantly sharing insights on current policy and future efforts, encouraging the community involvement and individual empowerment. They spread information on diversity opportunities on their social media, showing that inclusivity is the key to mental health advocacy. And they also have a multitude of toolkits and educational materials, and they're pushing out and utilizing plain language and adaptive materials that will propel the advocacy and encourage awareness for mental illness and research. So they're just doing such great work. So it's really my pleasure to recognize the National Federation of Families and present this year's award to their director, Dr. Linda Gargan.
And actually, Dr. Gargan is not able to be here today. So we have Dana Aspey, who is the Director of National Certification, and she's a project specialist. So she will be accepting the award on their behalf. So thank you, Dana.
Thank you so much, Matthew, for those kind words about the National Federation. We are just honored to be getting this award for Advocate of the Year. The National Federation of Families joined the STARR Coalition this year because we truly believe that involving people with lived experience of mental health and/or substance use challenges in research is crucial to ensuring that this evidence-based practice that we're always looking for are not solely based on data that researchers get from these carefully designed studies, but also the realities that people they're trying to support live in every day. The STARR Coalition told us that one of the reasons we were receiving this award was for the advocacy efforts that include our annual campaign for Children's Mental Health Acceptance Week in May. In 2022, we moved from encouraging systems, organizations, families, and individuals to becoming more aware of children's mental health to accepting it. In 2023, we will be working with Congresswoman Grace Napolitano to seek a new congressional declaration to change that language at the federal level. We're all aware that families need more support for their mental health, so it's time to accept that we must all work together to offer families solutions that work. The National Federation of Families is working with organizations involved in the STARR Coalition to ensure that family voice is not just a checkbox to tick at the end of a research project by getting feedback from family members, but something that's woven into the process from the beginning. We are proud to be a part of the STARR Coalition to advance the idea that the most robust forms of research are person-centered and involve lived experience at every level. Thank you so much for this Advocate of the Year award.
Thank you, Dana, and congratulations. And I'll echo everything that Matt said before, and Dana and Alkermes. We've been working with the National Federation of Families very early on when we started working in pediatric drug development. And I'd really encourage any organizations, for us, it was the first time as a company we were working in pediatrics. They were really able to help us really direct a lot going into what our protocols and studies ultimately look like. And so I'd encourage you, if you're not familiar with that organization, there's a lot of great opportunities and a lot of great overlap with what we do in advocacy and in research, and as well as for sponsors. The next award is going to be the Site of the Year award. Last year's award winner, Sarah Casme, is from CenXL, Atlanta Center of Medical Research, and she will be presenting the 2022 award winner. Sarah?
Thanks, Adam. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Casme. I am here representing CenXL ACMR. That is where I was when we were awarded Site of the Year last year. And I am very excited to announce this year's Site of the Year award, but I wanted to take just 2 seconds to talk about the award a little bit and what it means. And I think being a part of the STARR Coalition, first and foremost, it's a great reminder of why we are all in the business in the very first place. I think day to day, it gets repetitive. We're doing our work for our sponsors and our patients, but this is a nice pause and reminder of why, the overall bigger picture of why it is that we're doing what we do and why we love what we do. Site of the Year award is really a reflection of your staff, because without them, they are the army that helps us do what we need to do. And without our team, we are, as site leaders, we are nothing. So it's really recognizing all of the good that they have been able to bring in and put out there in our work every single day. And that's the biggest thing. We want to recognize how we've been able to push these medications, whatever the during COVID, whether it was for, we all work on different indications, but mental health has always been a top tier priority. And really, it was amazing getting to watch all of the different sites, sponsors, CROs come together for that main purpose. So with that, I would like to announce this year's Site of the Year award. It will be going to CNS Healthcare, and Dan Kearney, who is on the call right here, CEO, will be, speaking over about it. And take it away, Dan.
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I want to recognize the people. Come on, everybody, get back here. Everybody said it's all about the people. So I brought together a large group of people who live, eat, thrive, drink, diversity, inclusion, clinical research in our communities. Without these people, we don't have a company and we don't have clinical trials. So I want to say how excited I am after you saw the logo behind me, 25 years. We've been doing this for 27 years of conducting clinical research. And we started off doing just psychiatry and neurology, and then branched out like most people did into some mainstream vaccine and general medical studies. But our baby is still the psychiatry and neurology clinical trials, trying to remove the stigma, trying to integrate ourselves in the community. And it's constant education, constant informing people. And every once in a while, you'll be lucky if you get a patient who enrolls in a study through all your hard work. So I just want to say thank you to the STARR Coalition. Thank you, Sarah, for recognizing us. Your center and Dr. Riesenberg are rock stars who have been doing this for almost as long as we have, if not as long. And it's amazing to be recognized by you. And the STARR Coalition, you guys do such great work. I want to thank Amy Schimmer from CNS Healthcare. Say hi, Amy, for constantly representing us on the STARR Coalition and filling us in on all the activities. But first and foremost, thank you to everybody that's on this call here. This is flattering, and we don't take it lightly. Thank you, go CNS.
One thing I wanted to mention, Dan, I was talking to Amy and I forgot to put it in there. I know you have 3 sites and other satellite sites, but one thing I thought was super cool was your mobile unit. and
Yeah.
how it's not just for, you know, picking up or dropping off patients. You guys actually will go there, and if that's what the patient needs, you'll do procedures. You use that in a means that's not just for transportation, but really to get your footprint out in the community. And I wanted to point that out because I think it's amazing and super cool, and I love what you do with it.
Awesome. And just to recognize the two people in our mobile clinic, Devin and Letitia, can you guys raise your hand, say hi on the camera there? Devin and Letitia are the two people in our mobile clinic out there in the community all the time. Letitia's a nurse practitioner and Devin works on our marketing team with some medical assistant background. They're ideal people to be out in the community on a regular basis.
It's amazing.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Erica, for this recognition. I really appreciate it. Everyone at STARR, thank you so much.
That's me. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, congratulations, Dan, and everybody at CNS Healthcare. The next award goes to the sponsor of the year. Last year's winner was Karuna Therapeutics, which I had the privilege and honor of awarding as the 2020 award winner. And so to give the 2022 award for sponsor of the year will be Dr. Peter Wyden from Karuna Therapeutics.
Hey, Adam, thank you. And I'm also very grateful to everyone for either not being or remembering Adam's introduction from last year, because it was so moving and beautiful that it's a hard act to follow. But I would like to talk a little bit about the sponsor of the year and their achievements and what they've done. And that is Otsuka, and they are winning the award for their support of the Rockstar program, which I will discuss. And Shelley Weaver is here to accept the award. I actually thought that just one or two words about the impact that this award had on Karuna. We had no patient advocacy services before. My boss at the time, Dr. Stephen Brannon, said, Peter, make something happen. And we worked very hard. Steve deserves a lot of credit. Some of you know him. And then Erica and later Mallory just showed infinite patience in bringing us along and training us as to advocacy. Now, not only did we get an award, but we got an amazing person, I think in part because of that award. And she's here, Lisa Hughes, who's now our official advocacy lead, because the first thing, she had just interviewed and she was terrific. And then the first thing I did was email Lisa with a photo that, hey, we want an award. We're serious about this. Come work with us. So we are continuing to really up our commitment. But I'm going to say a word about Otsuka, about the kind of commitment that this company has had in this project in a moment. Actually, I'll say it about now. And this goes back to Abilify. As a practicing psychiatrist, Otsuka developed the first partial agonist that we could use to treat psychosis. And just, it seems like routine now, but nobody thought partial agonists could work, because it was like, balancing a coin on its edge. And Otsuka really had the perseverance and the wherewithal and the belief in moving treatments forward. And it was and is a remarkable achievement. And what happens, of course, is these remarkable achievements then become everyday and routine. So that's one important. But moving up to the present, Otsuka is winning for their support of Rockstar. And I will say that when Erica was working with us in Karuna and mentioned Rockstar, I thought it was great. And then she mentioned what was involved in supporting Rockstar. And it was like, oh my God, this is a lot of legal compliance. So Shelley, I'm looking at you. I can't imagine how much work, aside from the money you're giving to support, and the money that supports people who get to choose in their community, who are usually disenfranchised and disempowered to get to choose which agency they would like to donate on behalf of the site. is just an amazing thing. But we couldn't do it. So kudos to Otsuka and you to doing that, as well as, of course, you're paying for it. Very generous. It is a very generous gift money wise, but also a generous gift in terms of the soul of what you are doing, because you're giving the sites and the individuals the ability and empowering them to have money and to have power to make these decisions. And it's also, as we heard from Erica, bringing research sites and these communities, the advocacy communities together. And hopefully when they meet your site staff, they won't see horns or the evil pharma and all that stuff that we're so used to. I know that as a site myself in the old days, it's very difficult in terms of the bias. And so thank you to Otsuka, and thank you. I'm going to hand it over to Shelley to accept the award. I'll ask her to maybe mention her team, who on the team she would like to acknowledge. And Otsuka does more than just this. They have a patient support program. They have a lot of access. But I'll let Shelley, if you'd like to explain that, I'll leave that over to you. And I've already talked too long. So congratulations to you, Otsuka, and your colleagues.
Thank you so much, Peter. It has been a big
Shelley?
Oh no, she's frozen.
Shelley? Shelley, of course she froze right now, huh?
It must be the impact of that snow bomb.
Trial participants by having them. Oh yeah. Are you able to hear me okay?
We can now. You're back.
I'm going to start.
It's another ad for decentralized trials.
Try it again. Let's see. Nah, it's the audio. No.
Okay. Can you hear me a bit better with the video?
Yeah, now you sound good.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm not sure if there's anything. Okay. Yeah, sorry, we're not getting the snow bomb, we're getting the rain bomb. And I'm just watching out of the corner of my eye a creek that's starting to flood too. So hopefully this is better with the bandwidth. But yeah, it was a very difficult program to get up because we had a lot of vendors involved, and we managed to get everyone synced together. And we're thrilled that we can say thank you to our clinical trial participants for the Cypress PTSD program by letting them choose the charity of their choice to donate the money to. So I think that is just been fabulous for us. And I believe we're almost at 3 years of working together. So hopefully this is coming to a close this year. I think too, STARR has been great in terms of consultancy because we had Natasha Deal come and give a presentation on trauma-informed care, which was overwhelmingly the best presentation as voted for by all of our investigators, through investigator meetings, etc. It was so relevant. They loved it. So it's a hard act to follow, definitely. But Otsuka, I think, as you may not be aware, or you may be aware, we're very committed to mental health and improving mental health, and also advocating for mental health patients. And we appreciate this opportunity so that we can get a little bit more embedded in terms of the community. And we look forward to more collaborations with STARR in the future.
Great, congratulations, Shelley. And again, I'll echo. Peter touched onto it a little bit there. We've also been involved in Project Rockstar, and as much as I talk to Erica and Carol and Luke and the time on a regular basis. When you're trying to get a lot of these programs up and going, they're probably speaking to our legal partners more than us. And it just goes to show, everything that we're doing here in Built isn't as simple as just coming up with an idea and then everybody agreeing with it. We recognize that this is really the nice edge of where the work is happening, and behind the scenes, all of us within our organizations are those champions for what it is that we're doing, and it's hard work to build stakeholders, convince them of the value of doing these things, and running into multiple roadblocks and seeing those through. So congratulations to Otsuka, a fabulous company with a lot of, in addition to the work, to all the patient work that they're doing, a fabulous pipeline and a lot of great work in clinical development. So I'm very excited to see continued great things from them.
Thank you so much.
So the final award is the Lou Nagodnik Award. And is Paul on right now? I didn't see him. I just wanted to make sure.
He is not, but he has recorded a message.
Lovely. Okay. So Paul Jacob was the award winner from last year, as the president and CEO of MHA in Southeast Florida. And it sounds like we're fortunate enough to have a recorded message of him announcing the 2022 award winner.
Indeed. So.
Thanks, Adam. I appreciate the intro. I'm here to present the Lou Nagodnik Award that I was the award winner last year. I'm Paul Jaquith. I'm the CEO of Mental Health America and Florida Initiative for Suicide Prevention. I was honored to receive this award last year. It means a lot to me because I knew Lou personally, and Lou was a gentleman that helped us here at MHA years ago, and he was a larger-than-life character. I can't think of a better or a more aptly named award than this award in honor of Lou, and his was the loudest voice in the room, a great advocate, and I know that this award goes to that individual that has really worked to ensure that people are advocated for. And this year's award winner is Jill Hardbaki Friedman, and Dr. Jill has been a great advocate for people with mental health issues. She's worked in the suicide prevention field for many years, and she's the Senior Vice President of Research for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. She's been a pioneer in suicide research, and she was actually the first researcher to ask high school students about suicidal ideation and behavior. She leads the AFSP research grant program, and she works with over 200 scientific advisors to evaluate progress in the field and chart the next areas of inquiry to yield insightful, impactful insights and strategies for suicide prevention. Her work with STARR Coalition, she's been there from the beginning. She's also on the advocacy board. She's the first to volunteer her time for anything that the STARR Coalition needs. Dr. Jill has worked with Mallory to create podcasts, a podcast that was very informative and helped spread awareness on suicide prevention, life after loss, and resources for individuals struggling with mental health. She's volunteered many hours of her time to ensure the podcast was thoughtful and showed that the need for further research for suicide prevention exists. She deserves this award for her passion for mental health advocacy, her insight on innovative change and opportunities within mental health research, and her willingness to help support everyone within the coalition with her time, expertise, and ideas. She always makes time to support and promote the STARR Coalition, regardless of how busy she is. And she's been an integral part in answering questions about new legislation, helping coalition members understand how they can support 988. So it's with great honor that I hand this award to the next person in line, Dr. Jill. And I think that Mallory had a couple of words that she wanted to add to these words. So congratulations, Dr. Jill. I can't think of a better recipient. Thank you.
I will be quick. Congratulations, Dr. Jill. The Louis is probably our most prestigious award because it was created to celebrate an individual with an incredible passion for stigma reduction and world-changing drive. When Erica and Carol and I started thinking about who would receive the award this year, it is never taken lightly, but the first person that popped into my mind was Dr. Jill. She makes every meeting feel like we are making incredible strides towards a better future for mental health. And she's always my go-to for constructive insight when I need advice, since she's been in the industry for so long. And she has a wealth of knowledge that she happily shares with everyone around her. And you can just tell that her passion and her drive is truly to better the future for individuals living with mental illness. It's so much more than a career for her. So people like Dr. Jill are rare, and I'm so honored to get to work with her, and she deserves this award so much. So congratulations, Dr. Jill.
Okay, I have nothing to say. I'm so moved. But I do want to say thank you so much. First of all, I tried to learn a little bit about Lou, and he sounds like he was a pretty incredible person. And I'm sad that I wasn't able to meet him in person. I only wish that I have even just a smidgen of his drive and energy and ability to connect with people and make a difference, which he clearly did. So I'm very honored to receive an award in his name. I want to thank the STARR Coalition for making my work more impactful and making the work of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention more impactful. It's been a wonderful partnership in so many ways. And I didn't realize I was coming in on the ground floor, because when I was invited to participate, there were so many wonderful and important groups already involved. And I thought, okay, this is a group that knows what they're doing and they mean business. So it sounds like even the ground floor was impactful and powerful in the mission. And so it's true, I guess, that I've been involved from the start. And every time we meet, I learn something. I'm grateful for the work that we do. I had the opportunity to engage in STARR 911, which was a project that helped to, when people, the organization works to advocate for patients in the context of clinical trials and to advocate for clinical trial sites and for pharmaceutical companies to bring us all together to try to make the best possible care for people who, or have mental health conditions and are struggling. But one of the things in the suicide world that happens a lot is that people try to get into trials because they want to be alive, but they also question the value of their life. And it's very hard for them when they get denied participation in a clinical trial. And the STARR Coalition's desire to not just say sorry and hang up. And so when I say that, I mean the coalition, the advocates, the patients, the sites, the pharma companies, everybody realizes that you can't just hang up on a patient and you're done with them. And so Project 911 was a way to make a transition to say, we're sorry that you can't participate in this. Acknowledge what it's like for a person to get rejected, particularly if they're being rejected because they have suicidal ideation or risk, which we're trying to stop, by the way, so feel free to include people with suicide risk in your drug development. And so STARR 911 it's a 6-minute tape, actually, although we have to update it because 988 didn't exist at the time. That basically, if someone's not being accepted into a trial, they get a warm handoff to the crisis line, in that case, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, or the crisis text line, and really addressed anyone, somebody who was already in clinical treatment, somebody who had not been in clinical treatment, to really make sure the end result is you get the number for crisis 9 in case you ever need it. And I was just really grateful to be a part of that. I remember hearing about Project Rockstar and thinking, how are they going to pull this off? which is that participants in trials can then request a donation be made to their favorite charity. So, I mean, that's amazing in and of itself. But the work at every level of this organization, I do feel, you know, I know so many of you at this point, some from STARR, some from other things, some for their work in partnership with American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Peter, I know for a gazillion years, way back, and every place we've been.
Don't tell them.
I'm not
how
gonna
long.
tell. But you know, I was surprised when I got on the call to realize how much I appreciate all of you, and how much not surprised at how much I appreciate the award, because it is a great honor. And so I want to thank you. I want to thank AFSP for allowing me the opportunities to do this kind of work. And Erica and Mallory, you know, I'm always going to talk about suicide prevention if you ever want me to, so feel free to call on me. But it's such a great group, and I really appreciate you, and I feel very blessed and honored, and hope that together we can all engage in not just the work of STARR Coalition, but also in saving lives and bringing hope. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Jill. Very well deserved. And of all of the award winners, yeah, it seems like it gets a little bit better every year. And I think that's just, again, a testament of the additional work, and as this coalition grows and everything like that, it just, we're all kind of leaning off of each other, and it just gives us the ability to do more and more great things each year. And yeah, before we end this meeting, of course, you know, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for Erica and Mallory. I wanted to thank both of them. You know, we are, I can speak for myself, you know, this is something that's true to our hearts, but how it is that it gets put into our heads and then direct action with everybody else here can often be lost. And you guys do a fantastic job, not just, you know, putting together meetings, but pinging us and reminding us of common things that are happening within the STARR, and where there would be shared interest, and where it is that we can, you know, teach where we've had experiences within our organizations and share those with other organizations. So really, without your work, none of this would be possible. So I really wanted to, on behalf of everybody in the STARR Coalition, thank the two of you for everything that you do to make the STARR possible. So with that, if anybody else has anything else to say, feel free to chime in.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, guys. That was super nice. What a wonderful group. What a fantastic way to go into the holidays. If anyone else has anything to add, here's your last chance. Otherwise, I want to wish everybody the most wonderful and joyous of holidays, and a happy, wonderful, safe, and healthy New Year.
You know, can I just ask?
Thank you.
Ask one question. Is there any meeting? Is there a meeting or two meetings a year that the majority of people who are actively involved in STARR Coalition traditionally attend? Because one of my frustrations, I get to see Carol sometimes, I get to see different people sometimes, but it would be nice if at some point we all would attend, whether it's ASCP or somebody, whatever it may be. Because it'd be great just to get together and just kind of get to know each other a little bit more, and share stories and talk and laugh, and just, it would help me dramatically in being able to converse with other people in that way. So maybe it's something we can think about, and people can kind of even contact you with, here's two meetings a year I go to, here's three, whatever it may be, and just see if there's one or two that would work out well as a way of kind of capturing us all together as much as possible.
That sounds good, Woody. Yeah, we can definitely look at that. And I agree. I'm looking forward to, I tried to get the ASCP last year, and of course got COVID with, you know, the day before I was supposed to leave, but we'll be at ASCP this year, Woody.
Okay.
Adam, you'll be there, right?
There, yeah.
Yeah, we just got to get Matthew and Kimberly and Jill, we got to get you guys there. All
I
right. Well, thank you
usually
so
do
much,
attend.
everyone.
By the way, AFSP co-sponsors a work group, not work group, a workshop on including suicidal people in clinical trials each year. And Maduka Trivedi and I co-chair that, but this year I may not be able to go. So, but I hope you all will go. But I am typically at ASCAP as well. I've spent many a birthday there.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Happy
Bye-bye.
holidays.
Happy holidays,
Bye.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Holidays.
you.
Thank you. We'll be in touch soon. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.